Hey guys, good morning. Welcome back to our channel, the Eaton Squad. My name is Eddie. So for today's video is a travel advisory from the Bureau of Immigration. This is going to be a two-part video. The first part is going to be videos for this particular travel advisory for Filipino citizens and dual citizens. The second part are for foreign nationals, balikbayans, and foreign nationals with valid and existing visa. So I hope you guys will keep an eye on this two-part segment. Details coming right up. So the Bureau of Immigration has posted a revised travel restriction guidelines and quarantine classification. So this was the Iatf resolution 160B and 160D that's being amended for the resolution 164-A dated March the 10th of 2022. So like I said, this is going to be a two-part video. On this first part of the video, we are going to tackle the Filipino citizen category. So if you guys are ready, let's get started. So these are the documentary and quarantine requirements. For arriving Filipino nationals, all arriving Filipino nationals shall register with one health pass prior to arrival in the country. For fully vaccinated Filipino national, a negative RT-PCR test taken within 48 hours or a negative laboratory-based antigen test taken within 24 hours prior to departure from the country of origin or first port of embarkation, excluding layovers, provided the passenger has not left the airport premises or was not admitted into transit country. And 7 days self-monitoring for symptoms, date of arrival being the first day. So for fully vaccinated Filipino citizens, you don't need to undergo quarantine anymore if you are fully vaccinated. For unvaccinated, partially vaccinated, or Filipino nationals whose vaccination status cannot be verified, this is your documentary and quarantine requirements. Negative RT-PCR test taken within 48 hours or a negative laboratory-based antigen test taken within 24 hours prior to departure from the country of origin or first port of embarkation, excluding layovers, provided the passenger has not left the airport premises or was not admitted into the transit country. Facility-based quarantine until release of negative RT-PCR test taken on the 5th day. Home quarantine until the 14th day, date of arrival being the first day. So yes, Filipino citizens who are unvaccinated, partially vaccinated, or whose vaccination status cannot be verified, you will have to undergo 5 days quarantine. Your swab test will be on the 5th day. Then you will continue home quarantine up to the 14th day. So please take note of that. For unvaccinated minor Filipino nationals, unvaccinated Filipino nationals below 12 years of age shall follow quarantine protocols of their parent or parents or accompanying adult or guardian traveling with them. Filipino nationals from 12 years to 17 years of age shall follow quarantine requirements relative to their vaccination status. Foreign or Filipino parents should accompany their unvaccinated minor children during the facility-based quarantine. So for unvaccinated minor Filipino nationals, 12 years old and under, they will follow the parent or parents' vaccination status. So if the parents are fully vaccinated, then the child doesn't have to undergo quarantine. But if they are 12 years old to 17 years old, because these ages can now be vaccinated, they will base it on their vaccination status. And if they are unvaccinated, they will have to go through quarantine. And the parents or guardian needs to accompany the minor while doing the quarantine. So please take note of the age restrictions. 12 years old and below will follow the parents' vaccination status. 12 years old to 17 years old, it will be based on their vaccination status, whether the child or whether they are vaccinated or not. it will vary. So if they are fully vaccinated, they don't have to undergo quarantine. But if they are unvaccinated, then they will have to go through quarantine as well as the accompanying parent. For fully recovered Filipino nationals with positive RT-PCR pre-departure test result. So this is when you still get the positive result after you have recovered from COVID-19. The Philippines is actually accepting that case, but only to Filipino nationals. So here are your documentary and quarantine protocols. Pre-departure requirements. Positive RT-PCR test taken not earlier than 10 days but not later than 30 days prior to departure from the country of origin or port of embarkation. Positive RT-PCR test taken within 48 hours prior to departure from the country of origin or port of embarkation, excluding layovers, provided the passenger has not left the airport premises and was not admitted into transit country. Medical certificate issued by licensed physician stating that the Filipino was asymptomatic, mild, moderate, severe, or critical case of COVID-19 as the case may be, has completed the mandatory isolation period and is no longer infectious, and has been allowed free movement and travel. Quarantine requirement. For fully vaccinated, 7 days self-monitoring for symptoms, date of arrival being the first day. For unvaccinated, partially vaccinated, or vaccination status cannot be determined, facility-based quarantine until the release of negative RT-PCR test on the 5th day, and home quarantine until the 14th day, date of arrival being the first day. So as we all know, Filipino citizens can travel back and forth to the Philippines whether you are fully vaccinated or unvaccinated, or even you have tested positive for COVID-19. So I hope you guys have followed the documentary and quarantine requirements posted by the Bureau of Immigration on this travel advisory. So if you are one of those travelers under this category, please be guided. And this is the current guidelines of the Iatf as of March 16th of 2022. Like I said, this is a two-part video. This part is for Filipino citizen category. The second part is for foreign nationals category. I hope you guys will keep an eye on that second part of this episode. So for the vaccination requirements, basis of full vaccination status, receive second dose of 2-dose series or single-dose vaccine more than 14 days prior to arrival in the country. Vaccine is included in any of the following: emergency use authorization list or compassionate special permit issued by the Philippine Food and Drug Administration, or emergency use listing of the World Health Organization. So to be fully vaccinated, if you have taken the 2-dose vaccine, it has to be more than 14 days since you received the second dose to be fully vaccinated, or has to be more than 14 days if you have received the 1-dose COVID-19 vaccine. And this should be the vaccines that were listed or approved by WHO, like Sinovac, Sinopharm, Pfizer, Moderna, J&J, Sputnik. So pretty much I think the Philippines have used all these vaccines for COVID-19. So make sure that it is WHO approved for emergency use. Proof of vaccination. Any of the following: World Health Organization international certificates of vaccination or prophylaxis, VaxCert PH. This applies to those who got vaccinated here in the Philippines. The national or state digital certificate of the foreign government which has accepted VaxCert PH under a reciprocal arrangement unless otherwise permitted by the Iatf, or other proofs of vaccination permitted by the Iatf. So if you are a national coming from the country without the reciprocal agreement with the Philippines, it is best to secure the WHO yellow card, because that will be asked from you But if you guys are coming from the country with reciprocal agreement with the Philippines, your vaccination card or vaccination certificate will be accepted because of that reciprocal agreement. With the VaxCert PH, this applies, like I mentioned earlier, this applies to those who have been vaccinated here in the Philippines. So make sure to prepare the necessary requirements when you are flying to the Philippines under the Filipino citizen category. So this is our quick travel update for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, concerns, or inquiries with regards to this video or in any of our travel related videos, please comment it down below and I will try to get back to you guys as soon as I can. Or you can direct message me in our Facebook page, same handle, the Eaton Squad. And thank you guys so much for the continued support and trust to our channel, the Eaton Squad. I hope to see you on our next travel update. Stay safe, stay healthy, and God bless everyone. Bye.